Yo. Okay, Google, turn the light on.
Company man woke me up. Said you'd need ferry to the Obra Dinn. Not many eager for that job. Seems a bit late if you ask.
I didn't.
Ooh, a male.
What's in the box?
I don't know. I'll hoist it up in a few minutes.
Hey!
Oh,
Wow!
carefully.
Oi! It's too heavy! It's too heavy. Take it yourself or open it here.
Captain, open the door. Kick it in. Ah!
Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
Using a legit Pro controller today instead of the 8-bit dough. We might even do 100%, who knows? Oh, there's nothing in there. Nothing in there either. I might have to go get some water. And so it begins.
must be in here.
Looking at my
someplace.
splits, average 908, best 907.
They're at the bottom of the sea.
That's a lie. It's so unfortunate that the out of bounds doesn't work here. So unfortunate. Hey, how you doing, Morph? How are you doing this fine evening? So, movement speed is slightly faster. We're down one glitch, and the out of bounds still amounts to exactly nothing. So, we're kind of break even, maybe? We won't know. Some mystery. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it. It was we were very delighted to be able to get the first 3 games in a GDQ. So our wildest expectations were met and exceeded. So we were very happy overall to get to show off all the games, the first 3 anyway, not all of them certainly, but the first 3. Alright, now I need to kind of spin in place. Perfect. Perfect. Have I ever played Lighthouse for PC? 96.
Your brother, my friend.
It doesn't ring a bell. What's it about?
I shot him. Dead.
I played something called The Tree House, but I don't think that's not Lighthouse. Let's see.
Please forgive me
Lighthouse
for everything.
1996. By Dark being kidnapped, Lighthouse Keeper, travel with the dimensions, solve puzzles. By Sierra Online, no less. Oh man, I have not played this, but I think October 28th, 96. MS-DOS, Mac OS. Oh, I need to move. Get. There we go. Alright, hang on one second. I got to split here. Alright, so this is slower. By a lot, actually. Alright. Let me get into the next scene. Book, turn to my left, click on Abigail's corpse, and then we're into the next scene. And I can keep looking at what you sent me. Ah, missed. It's alright. First run, so. Let's see. Very similar to the popular video game Myst. Alright, I don't want to read the plot. Actually, I want to go back. Let's see. Lighthouse is on GOG. Morph, thank you very much. I'm gonna get on GOG as soon as I'm done here and see if I can pick that baby up because it looks to be absolutely in the vein of things that I would love to play. Thank you very much. What other puzzle games have I played growing up? So Myst, obviously. Myst, Riven, Myst 3. We never played Revelation, End of Ages, or Uru when I was growing up. I came back to those well after they were released. I did play Riddle of the Sphinx and The Crystal Key right after Riven. So those would have both been post-Riven games. And those were okay. Riddle of the Sphinx was very interesting by virtue of its setting. Crystal Key was kind of strange, but still fun. Riddle of the Sphinx very similar to Lighthouse? I'm sure I'd enjoy it then. Gimme. Alright. There was supposed to be... That was a super long load. Maybe that's where we're losing time, is in the loads. That felt like a really, really long load. What was I going to say? I think there was supposed to be a remaster of Riddle of the Sphinx, and it never happened. I'm not really sure why. I think I remember seeing it somewhere. Like, someone was supposed to, like, remaster the game or remake the game or something like that, and it just... something happened to it. I don't remember exactly. All right. Close the book. Mash the watch. Not what you remembered? If I recall Riddle of the Sphinx correctly, like you start outside and like have to get your way into the Great Pyramid, or into the Sphinx, I should say, or something to that effect. And then you like get really deep underground, and it's been a long time. I very vaguely remember it. Some mummy game. I don't know if there were any mummies in Riddle of the Sphinx. There was a snake, I'm pretty sure. You could die. Like, you could die in Riddle of the Sphinx, but as I recall, like, there were very few ways. Like, you could get stuck, and I think you could die. So, like I said, it's been a very long time, and Riddle of the Sphinx hasn't really been ported forward, so not that I'm aware of anyway. And the late 90s, early thousands games have a horrible reputation for compatibility on current machines, so having tried to do that for several games that I am a fan of. Yeah, we're losing time on every split. That's unfortunate. We thought this might be faster. All right, gun deck. I'm not optimizing movement very well, and it's my fault. So according to my brief Google search, apparently Lighthouse is on GOG, which says to me that they might have put it inside DOSBox or something like that, which would be cool. I have okay luck with getting games to run. Probably 65-70% luck. A lot of my some of my speedrun.com profile is games that I worked how to get running via various emulation methods or what have you. So, but most of my speedrun.com profile, apart from missed games, is learning company games from the 90s and 80s, late 80s, early 90s. All right. So long. Loads are so long. And that load was long too. Oh, but I'll definitely look it up. I've got a few games that runners from GDQ have recommended, but Lighthouse looks right up my alley, so I'll definitely check it out. I'm surprised no one else has mentioned it to me before, so I have to thank you for being the first. I'm going to have to see what I make of it. I didn't actually think I'd be coming back to this game, but after the discovery at GDQ that movement might be faster, I figured it was worth timing at least once, so... Yes. Okay. Move my hands. Aim level. Ready. Whoa. Delay spark. Tomb of the Pharaoh, also 96. I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to look it up too. Whoop. Thought someone was behind me. Let's see. Oops. Mummy, Tomb of the Pharaoh. Interplay, another company I know. Interplay made Mario Teaches Typing and Descent, I believe. It is a sequel to Frankenstein Through the Eyes of the Monster. I think I have a split coming up here, and I've got to pay attention for it. I'll come back to this in a moment. Alright, let me take a look at this. Oh my. Hand style cursor. Yeah, it looks really similar. That looks really cool too. I want to check that out. 96 means that there's a chance it'll run on DOS. Alright. Look at poor old Lars here. The only man that didn't deserve to die on this boat. Well, not the only, but one of the few. The Frankenstein games too. I'll have to check them both out. All right, Lars. All right.
Let me on. Over my dead body.
You bloody Dane.
How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys.
Thought I forget? You killed my brother.
You killed my brother. What? That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
I apologize for the less than riveting viewing. This is not exactly a high energy speed run, but I told people that I would time this, and so I'm man of my word. Plus, to be perfectly honest, I don't want to continue to run Myst 3 right now. It's it takes a lot out of you, and it's a very to get a good time. It's a high reset run, so. Okay, this is a split. Was an entertaining run. I'm happy that you found it to be so. I worked hard to make sure that I'd have a good time for the run. Even though I didn't get a particularly good time on stage, but that's okay. Or I should say it's not close compared to my PB. I honestly had the most fun commentating for Zalstis's run and Gelly's run. That was the most fun for me.
Oh no!
It was pretty cool to
Don't leave me.
get
Get up, son.
get
I'll
to
stay with
be
you.
on stage and kind of trying my best to hype up the runs.
Tried my
So
best.
Aye,
To pull him back, to save him.
you tell her yourself. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit.
it's like bullet time. If I oppose the sticks, it ends up being like bullet time. Huh. Now I wonder if a PS4 Pro with an SSD would be any better for load times. But I sadly have neither a PS4 Pro or an SSD. No. Walls. I didn't mean to grab the doorknob. But yeah,
What's all this?
I'm one of the unfortunate souls that has the pleasure of running console versions. So it is my contribution to the community that no one else should have to suffer as I have suffered. I would say the one useful thing is that I have splits, which means it's that the splits are notifying me when it's getting towards the end of this segment, which is fairly useful, all things considered. this man's lovely posterior. Things not going well for you, Captain? Ugh. Holding his legs while he pukes over the rail. Yeah, exactly. All right. We got 2 more deaths, I think. Oh, three if you count this one, the one's coming up. All right. So, unfortunately, if you're new to watching, if you've never played Obra Dinn, I am happy to report that you're not getting any spoilers except where to find bodies, because I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Unfortunately, there is no tech to this run. Although we have discovered out of bounds for Obra Dinn, we've discovered how to get out of bounds and do some fun stuff. None of it is useful in RTA. So there is, unfortunately, the only way to play. No, I take that back. On PC, there's one useful cutscene skip. Apart from that, it is all just clever routing and optimized movement and menuing. It is glitchless. Is basically any percent and 100%. They are both, by nature, very much glitchless, except for, like, one minor thing. Which is a shame, because we would love to skip these cutscenes and make this a fast run. I only support you emotionally in this nightmare. Yo, what up, Gally? I'm losing time every split. Turns out this thing's actually slower. Not much, a few seconds here and there, but every split losing time. And I don't think it's because I'm bad at the game, I think it's because loads are longer on the Switch. Movement might be faster, but loads are slower. And it's adding up. Yeah. This load specifically.
Last one.
See how long it takes to load the audio?
You'll not take the last one.
Yep. I am, as they say, up a shit creek with no paddle. But I will continue this run and submit it. Because I'm a man of my word. I said I would time it, I said I would submit, and damn it, I'm a man of my word. It's already not a perfect run, but there's no point. I feel like there's not a whole lot of point in grinding out a good time in console when PC is faster anyway. I'll set the bar nice and low so others can take world record in this category. I don't even think the menu is faster for 100% either. I think that PC is faster in every way. Except for movement, which apparently doesn't add up. All right.
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now.
Last one.
Halfway.
This is good. Where is my Frenchman?
Where is my
Frenchman?
Your mate was torn apart.
The cat. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the store.
Oh
Came
man.
up from the hole. Said he chased it off.
Oh, Gelly. A viewer who popped in, Morph the Dude, mentioned a game called Lighthouse and a game called The Mummy Tomb of the Pharaoh. Neither of which game I had heard of, but upon looking at them, I am, as they say, intrigued, and I'd wondered if you'd ever heard of them. What up, Ryu? So you're still getting your mileage out of that emote. Yeah, check it out. Look at this time we're losing. Even against my average, it's going to be slower than my average, too, so... Why is the book taking so long to load? All right. Two more. That's it. No. All right. On to the next bit. Should be 3 deaths in this scene.
Hit her here. One swing. Get through the skull and stone her brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it.
Here?
Yeah. Come on before she kicks up. You all right there, sir?
Never been on a farm, Charlie?
Mind your shoes now.
Pretty good emote. Gotta represent. Assman gotta represent, I guess. To be honest, I just looked through I just sorted Franker Face Z by most popular, and I'm like, what can I use to fill up 50 slots? And I was like, this one's pretty funny. Oh boy. I think Gelly must have taken off. I bet that has changed since then. Maybe. I haven't looked at FFZ in a while. Keck W is probably most popular. I would not be surprised to find out that you are correct. Not be surprised at all. All right. Dun dun. Yeah, it looks like the time loss is stacking. The time loss on the previous segment was actually quite a lot. So I bet that it's losing time with each memory, and it adds up to more time loss for the longer segments. So I'll bet you that's what's going on. It's just longer load times.
I gave him some laudanum. We'll see.
Bullet time, bullet time, bullet time. We aim ourselves on this side of the body to reduce walking distance. Kid waking up, gotta go. Hope to catch you playing those titles. Good luck on the run. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to meet you. Yo, what up, Tyler? My pal, my dude.
Sayed? Sayed Ruto. Good Bilo.
I've been seeing you stream RuneScape here and there. Oh man, this time loss is adding up so bad. Super exhilarating content. Oh man. Well, you know, if you enjoy RuneScape, man, have at it. Yo, Taliesin, what's up? Y'all are getting to stare at a wall, or a door specifically, but you know. Gotta flex that max cape somehow. Not woo as in the person just saying woo is the no, I think I got it. I got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down, my man. Alright, this is a split. This is the worst GDQ ever. They would never let this game into a GDQ, ever. There is no one that would ever with a responsible mind, let this game into a GDQ. It is watching paint dry the speedrun. Is absolutely right.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
I'm sorry. It's his fault. I'm sorry. Blame him. It's all his fault. Whew. I am pleasantly surprised, or I am pleased with the functionality of the travel adapter for the Switch, though. It was a worthwhile purchase. Much more compact than the actual Switch dock, and perfectly functional. So, very happy with that purchase. Watching you while I watch rocks melt in my game. Are you all looking at a wall? I aim to please. Only the finest walls do I look at during this speedrun. The hottest walls, the best paint. Do we watch dry in this speedrun?
I've got you. Don't move.
But
You down.
GDQ was pretty rad. I would say that as a one-time experience, I highly recommend it. Best music in the game right here. But about a two-time experience. All right, so real talk, GDQ is exhausting. It runs around the clock the whole week. So if you're like wanting to catch all the streams, you'll never be able to do it because it's always going. And it was in a room with no windows, the building with no windows. So you lost all track of time unless you were looking at your phone. No, it's a whole week. It's a Sunday to a Sunday. So you lose track of time because there are no windows. And because of how we arrived... All right, so let me do this and I'll explain what happened. So we drove, right? We drove from Dallas to Orlando, which is a 1,100-mile drive. It takes about 15 hours. And we made it in one go. So, well, not one go. We had to stop for gas, obviously, but... So, we left at like 5 in the morning, and arrived at like 11:30. And when I got there, the organizers asked me to take care of my game installation. They tell you to prepare your game ahead of time on a thumb drive and install it before your run to make sure that they can capture it correctly. So I get there, it's no fun at all. No, it's not very much fun. And I had a headache partway through the drive, so it got even worse for me. Anyway, I get there and I get the game set up, and their capture arrangement is different to what I use at home. And immediately we had a problem whereby the game for whatever reason was stretching off the screen, and it was because they were duplicating monitors, and I really had no idea how to fix it. And after 30 minutes of troubleshooting with the production crew, we couldn't figure out how to capture the game, so I had to go. Other people were behind me waiting to install games too, and my run wasn't until like 2 a.m. the following day, so I had to leave. Get out of the way, make room for other people. So we went to the B&B. Hang on a minute. We went to the B&B, got into the B&B, and I had brought my computer. I brought my computer with me to Florida, which is fortunate because it allowed me to work with this issue. So I unboxed my computer, got it set up, and sat down. Couldn't replicate the issue that they were having, right? So I went to sleep. It was like 1 in the morning, or 1 in the morning. Got like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Got to GDQ super early the next morning, like I think 7 or 8 a.m. So, and I went right back to the stage to work on it some more. And thankfully, we got it figured out. We just set the game to 720p and set the computer to 720p rather, and it worked out. But at that point, I had to stay up until 2 a.m. with no rest. We were practicing the whole day. So I got very little sleep, followed by having to stay up for a very long time. And it destroyed my sleep schedule for the rest of the week. I was perpetually exhausted for the rest of GDQ, and I was slamming Red Bull. There was infinite Red Bull at GDQ. They're a sponsor, I assume. And there was infinite Red Bull, so I was slamming Red Bull the whole week to stay on my feet. So I was exhausted. And it kind of set the tone for the rest of the week. I tried to fix my sleep schedule, but it was rough. That being said, wouldn't change how any of it happened. It was still a great time.
Hey! Come on, boss! No, get there! Hey! Cat!
Enjoyed watching it, even if it was super past your bedtime. It was past mine too. Don't worry. If I displayed any energy through the entire mist block, it was tired, caffeinated energy. I was so tired, and I was anxious too. I was anxious. I think my heart rate never went below 100 the whole time I was on stage, and I'm not sure if it was due to nerves or the caffeine, but it was crazy. I'm really, I'm not usually prone to performance anxiety, but man, did I have it in spades at GDQ. We got 2 more fates. This one and one more. But we were all very pleasantly surprised with how well received it was. We were very pleasantly surprised with how much the other runners and the event in general seemed to be looking forward to it. We were stunned with how much money the incentives raised. That was just unbelievable. And yeah, we're pleased with how they went overall. We're very happy about like the level of hype it received and how the general response of people who watched them. So it turned out pretty good, all things considered, we think. All right. Last memory. Doom, 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 doom. I am very happy for the chance to go, though, because I got to meet a whole lot of people in person and shake a lot of hands that I would have never have gotten to otherwise. And to my delight, everyone that I met was super chill, laid back, easy to talk to, no egos, just, you know, people looking to have fun just like I was. So I was very pleased about that. I actually came up with a list of people. The bathroom sink was broken. Let's see. I actually came up with a list of everyone that I got to meet. I'll read a few names off it in a minute. Oh. Missed that split. All right. So, who did I get to meet? Covert Muffin. Met him on the first night. He was actually setting up right in front of me. So, got to meet him. Spike Vegeta. Met him on the next day. Got to talk to him for a moment. He actually knew me. Like, I said who I was, and he was like, oh, Miss Speedrunner. So, super cool guy. Easy to talk to. Really nice. I got to meet J-Hobbs, who's another event organizer. Senpai noticed you. This is a long list, man. This is a long list. But yeah, I like Spike a lot. Spike is a great personality. And yeah, he was excited for the run. Kung Fu Fruit Cup, we talked for her for a really long time. We had a really long talk with her, and then we had an interview with her. So it was very, very good too. All right, this is a fast split. Hang on a minute. Yes, that's her with the bright horn chair. The shirts were something that I arranged. I had those printed and and distributed them to the other runners. So I had all of those. That was something that I did for the community. Okay, who else? Mitch Flower Power, Super Mario 3, Super Mario Runner in general. Who else? Glitch Cat. Shoutouts to Glitch Cat. I have very rarely met a person who was as eager to include everyone as he was. And he's a partnered streamer. He was literally going to find people and bring them into the fold. He did the same with me. I just walked up to him and said hi. He followed me on Twitch like the night of the run. I knew he had been there because Mitch and he were in the practice room behind me because Mitch's run was before mine. And I saw him, and I didn't want to interrupt because they were in the middle of practice, and so were we. So I just saved it for later. Glitch was there the whole week. The nicest guy, trying to include as many people as he could, trying to make sure everyone was having fun. The dude was amazing. And I hung out with him and his group. He wasn't there a lot because I'm assuming he was trying to get more people included. But I hung out with him and his group. Dita the Fourth, who is an amazing coder. I know. I was blown away. I was hella blown away. Dita the Fourth, like I said, he's a coder, so like every Super Mario Brothers 2 modding tool, Super Mario Brothers 3 modding tool, Shining Force modding tool, like he was making rewrites for Super Mario World every day that we were at GDQ that week. Every day. Dude is a legend. In assembly, making rewrites in assembly. No one knows how to code assembly these days. Super cool guy. I got to sit and talk with him. Ugg Rochester, Super Mario World runner. Awesome guy. Juz Cook, Super Mario World runner. Awesome guy. From Australia. Super cool guys. Barber's King. Got to meet him. Super cool guy. Campy DK, who is the original founder of the Mist stuff on speedrun.com. This is a split. Hang on. Zallard 1, met him on the way in. Sinister 1, saw him in the practice room. Tomato Anus, saw him in the practice room. Gymnast 86, saw him in the practice room, and I got to sit with him for like an hour on the last day, like the second to last day. He was so cool, just about sitting and chatting. Super cool guy. He is the exact same person in person as he is in his stream. He's the exact same guy.
Been in worse spots, I think.
Jakku, cool guy. King Dime. Shoutouts to King Dime. So when we were practicing, we were kind of, I don't want to say stressing, but we were trying to make sure that we came up with the best run possible, and there was a guy practicing Doom, like OG Doom, or a hack of Doom, I should say, a new Doom-style game and the Doom engine next to us, and it was King Dime, and he overheard us, and he said to us, is this your first GDQ? Is this your first run? And we said, yeah, and he's like, concentrate on making it a spectacle, making it entertaining, making it sure that everyone gets to see what you want them to see, and worry less about how fast you are. He said, be entertaining, show people what you think they want to see, show them a fun, engaging run as much as you can. And I tried to take it to heart. But it was cool that he was, he'd overheard and he was offering those words of assurance while we were practicing. So shout outs to him. I donated during his run because of how grateful I was for his help. And I met a lot of other really cool people. Okay, so story time. I was practicing this game, Obra Dinn, at GDQ. We were, again, exploring if there was time save or not, and there's not, but we were exploring it anyway. And a couple of people walked up and were talking to me, asking about the game, and it's not a great speed run, but it is a run, and we were running it. So, two guys walked up, and immediately inferred what a lot of people might not, which is that it's not an engaging run. It is basically as straightforward as playing the game as fast as you can. There's no tech. And we talked about it a little bit, and I just, introduced myself. I'm like, I'm Flapjack. It's really nice to meet you. And he's like, oh, my name's Author Blues. Author Blues is a huge SMW influence. He's a partner streamer. He was running a game, and I can't remember how many times I've heard him mentioned in SMW streams. My face probably went bright red. I was so embarrassed that I didn't recognize him. I was pretty embarrassed. And his run was amazing. If you haven't checked out his run, he did a one mind run of Super Mario World with Lack Attack 24, who I also met, who is also super cool. They did a one mind run which was hysterical, and I highly recommend you check it out. But yeah. So many really, really cool people who are just as neat in real life as they are on stream. And I got to meet Pooh. I got to meet Grand Pooh Bear as well. He was not there for most of the event. He showed up late. And the night that he showed up, this is a good story too. So the night that I finally caught up with him, he was in the hotel bar drinking with friends and patrons of his stream, people who have donated a lot of money to his stream. So I was already out of place. And as I was sitting there patiently waiting to get a word in edgewise, because he's a very popular streamer, all of his friends turned down that light. The lizard is trying to sleep. He's fine. As I'm sitting there waiting my turn, all of the rest of his streamer friends turn up, and he turns around and he's like, "Dude, let's get you drinks." And I'm like, "I see where this is going. I should come back I should catch up with him a different time." So I just turn around and leave. We go home for the night, and I just come back to GDQ in the morning after some sleep. And I'm sitting with Barb, with a few other people, just watching him. And Pooh turns up. He walks into the practice room, and he looks miserable. He looked totally miserable. And it was evident that he was hungover. He walked up to me. He still smelled like alcohol. And I don't even know why. I'm like, "You hungover?" And he's like, "No." Oh man. But I did get to talk to him and just thank him and say my piece before letting him go. I know that, like I said, a lot of people wanted to meet him, so I'm not hungover, I'm still drunk. He might have been. That might have been the absolute truth, Tyler. That could have very well been the case. I'm not sure how he does it, because I know he's not too dissimilar in age to me, And not sure how he does it, because yeah, it's not a life for me. I don't do drinking. But I pity. I did ask him, are you planning a speedrun sessions in the Tri-City area, Houston, Austin, Dallas? And he said he could virtually guarantee that there would be a speedrun sessions in one of those cities sometime this year. He didn't confirm it, you know, officially. But I told him that I would be there. If it happens. He said that this year they're announcing speedrun sessions as an entire tour rather than one thing at a time. So I anxiously await that. I think that'll be pretty cool. Also, another thing that happened was I met Campy, who is a super cool guy. He works for Direct Relief, and he arranges a lot of the popular like speedrunning events that are donate to charity. I know that he said that he was involved with MMC and a couple of other things. And he said that he was super excited to see that the Mist Block got in, but he also said that he would, if he could swing it, that he'd ask us out to any other event he could squeeze Mist runs into, which I'd totally be down for. Oh, you missed the Mario Maker 2 race? Mario Maker 2 race was hella good. Let's see. The Beast did, I think, the best out of everyone, but Barb and Orter and Panga and Juz did alright too.
Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield! Hold your fire!
But yeah, if you guys want to check out the runs that I recommend Tomato Angus's Fallout Anthology run. I recommend Andy's Link to the Past Randomizer Crowd Control run. I recommend Oats and Goats Super Metroid Impossible run. I recommend the One Mind run. I recommend the Super Mario Maker 2 Relay. What else was really, really good? The Amid Evil. The Amid Evil speedrun was really funny. The devs were in chat and they were cursing. And it was so funny. Oh, another thing that happened is, so you might not have caught this, but I was on the couch for another one of Gelly's runs, Manifold Garden. And that day, I happened to be wearing Barb's shirt. And obviously someone from Barb's stream was watching and took a screen cap of it and posted it in Discord. Blindfolded Punch-Out. Oh, Morph, you are absolutely right. Sinister 1 and Zallard 1 freaking knocked it out of the park. Knocked it out of the park with Blindfolded Punch-Out. How could I forget? That was so awesome. I was actually in the room for that one. I was actually in the streaming room. How could I forget? But someone in Barb's Discord snapped a picture, posted it in the Discord, and then someone scrubbed backwards through the VOD found out who I was. Of course, I was in Barb's Discord, and then they added me on the Discord, and they're like, "Is this you?" I was like, "Yep, that's me." So, recognition where I wasn't looking for it, but it was kind of cool anyway. And Rochester was one of the mods in Barb's Discord, so when I saw him later at GDQ, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy wearing Barb's shirt during on the couch." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." Rochester's a super cool guy. I actually got Emmy a bunch of Juzzes. A lot of people had stickers, so I met other people like Harkness. Harkness is another Mario player who was there, and a lot of people had like their stickers. So I got a bunch of stickers. I got a sticker from Rochester and a pin that's on my GDQ lanyard. I had a little Ninja, a 3D printed Ninja that Harkness gave me, and that's sitting, tied to my bag. And I got all of Juzz's stickers, which are cute little Yoshis. Well, one's a cute little Yoshi. Some of them are more Mimi than others. But I gave those all to Emmy because she liked the Yoshis. Oh, I caught King Dime's Doom run. That was really good. I did watch a bit of the Doom 2016 all collectibles, I think, or something like that. Run. That was really good. Untitled Goose Game was hype. It was always gonna be hype. So Link's Awakening was good. Skyward Sword was great. Man, there were just so many good things at GDQ, and I can't say enough. Like, the personalities that were there made it fun. Unfortunately, I'm turning into an old man, and I can't keep up with some of the younger people there. I had almost as much time back at the B&B sleeping as I did actually out on the floor at GDQ, so. But if you want a week of uninterrupted gaming, GDQ is not a bad way to go. And I did have the opportunity to play so many games. Tons of people had Switches. Oh, I forgot about something. When I first bumped into Barb, I didn't get anything signed, and I didn't take any pictures. I just, shook hands and just, sat with people. That's just me. But I did get one thing signed. I had brought my SNES controller with PC adapter because I thought that I might... That was a mistake, by the way, in case you were wondering. I thought that I might get it signed, and when Pooh wasn't around, I was just like, never mind. But when I saw Barb, I was like, oh, maybe I will get it signed. But I wanted to be, I don't know, different or something. So I had my screwdriver, and I took it apart, and I had Barb sign the inside of the SNES controller. So I have Barb's signature on the inside of the controller where no one can see it. No one to sign my tits? Nope. These puppies are off limits. Oh, I met Tones Ballones. Tones was so cool. Tones Ballones is a Splatoon speedrunner. And he was wearing his usual dress, and I recognized him immediately, and I was like, Tones! I ran over and I shook his hand. And he was super cool.
Give us a weapon! Shoot it! Mike and I! Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
I sound like a kid who met all the princesses at Disney. Kind of was like that. I did my best not to fangirl and, you know, fawn over them. Because it is kind of like that. Like, you know, you see him on screen, and it is kind of like meeting a celebrity, but, you know, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. I did my very best to think of what I wouldn't want someone to come up to me and say and do. And I tried not to do what I thought would be annoying. I was just, you know, yo, I watched your stream. It's super cool to meet you. You know, you know, I hope your run goes well. Toothpick Willie, I promise to fangirl over you the next time we meet. I also met Toothpick Willie. He was there a couple of nights. Gelly introduced him to me. I did not know Toothpick until we met at GDQ, but man, it was good meeting you too. And I hope you don't fangirl over me. You'll sign my tits? Oh, thanks for the offer, Tyler.
Keep course due east.
It was real fun hanging out with the Mist Trio. Yeah, man, it was cool meeting you as well.
Aye, sir.
I was, like I said, it completely subverted all my expectations. I was not expecting to meet much of anyone actually at GDQ who was looking forward to the Mist runs. It blew my mind. So, it was awesome hanging out with you.
Aye, shut it up.
This is strange things about monsters.
Speaking of tits, TOS. I met one other person. It was a better event than I expected. I couldn't believe the production effort. I don't know, what I'm not really sure what I imagined it would be like, but the level of production effort was just incredible. I was not expecting it. I don't know if anyone else took a picture of the streaming room. If any of you saw pictures of the streaming room, but there were two 12-foot by 15-foot screens at the front of the room that they were projecting the stream onto, and the stage was behind that. It was huge. It was huge. Oh, I'm supposed to split. I have no idea where I'm at. I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side of the body. Ugh! I'm on the wrong side of the body. Wasn't paying any attention. I don't know if they could have set that up any better. I couldn't believe it. It was so huge. And the array of screens that were at the front for the consoles, the 5 or 10 screens that were projecting the stream was just huge. It's huge. Who else did I meet? So I also met Odd Tom, who is a Learning Company speedrunner, and I met Winslinator, who is also a Learning Company speedrunner. Odd Tom was there just the first few days. He had to go home because of an emergency, but he was on the second couch for the Mist block. Winslinator showed up later because he had 2 runs. He had Vector Man 2 and Dino Defender. And I was running Obra Dinn at the time, and he stopped by with a friend, Peaches, and we had a really good talk. Peaches, I think, is partnered, actually. And we had a really awesome time talking. It turns out that the game, like some of the games that I played, are like the exact same games that they played growing up. So it was like it was really cool to meet someone who had like the same crossover, the same coverage of games. The Sega Smash Pack 2 and Chex Quest, those games that I got like out of cereal boxes as a kid. So it was cool to meet someone who had like the same upbringing. And they actually recommended a game based on my upbringing. We got 2 bodies left, everyone. We're almost done with this. That was also a mistake, in case you were wondering. So this is what happens when you don't derust, when you try and set a record instead of derusting.
Guilty by self-confession of the murder of Genzio Pasquale.
So we uploading the video of you talking about signing your tits. That's right. It's going on speedrun.com.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company.
To be fair, signing my tits would not be that exciting. I don't think anybody would be super into that, so.
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men.
Aim. Fire! Just a rock star thing to do. I think you're supposed to actually have, like, tits, though, before you can get them signed. Someone watches for ideas and be like, what? Probably not. It's not as good. It's already not going to be as fast as the other PC record. It's already not as fast as the PC record. By a lot, I should say. By minutes. It's minutes slower. This is console, so yes, it will be its own world record, but no one's going to run it on console. No one's going to run it on console. You don't have to have a very good PC to play this game. And, moreover, it's not exactly a game that I can recommend speedrunning. Man, you don't do that. No PC race here. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that. I've never seen the crossing arms where he's reaching for the knob. He's reaching for the knob. Hey, Reaver Man, how you doing? I've never seen the 2 arms reaching across. You don't know what people play on. Someone might be waiting for their day to be the best console Obra Dinn player. I submit to you that would probably be on a PS4 Pro with an SSD, because these load times seem pretty slow. Yo, man, I'm doing pretty good. I'm playing a game for speed that ought never be played for speed, but here I am doing it. How's this game casually? Okay, this game casually, highly recommend, must play. If you were into puzzle games, must play. This should be the top of your list. It should be the very next game you play. It is that good. Absolutely worth your time. I think anyone who's played this game casually and isn't into puzzle games would say the same thing. And the reason that I speedran it is because I loved it so much. I was so blinded by my love of the game that I didn't know how to tell a good run from a bad run, and so I ran it. I'm not about to spoil it for you. Gotta go, sorry. No problem. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you at this point. Because I'm not actually completing the game, really. Not the way that you're meant to. No, I'm not feeling the bug. This isn't any percent run. So we can't skip this cutscene.
Oi! You in there somewhere? Storm's coming!
I wanted to prepare them in case you were about to say what happens. No, we're about to get off.
All done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
Shh.
If you've still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make the port.
He should be facing the other way.
He's laying on the top platform.
Oh. Why is he doing that?
Because he can do it whatever he wants.
He's not a free lizard.
He is.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
All right. We're about done. Emmy is complaining that I am keeping the bearded dragon up. All right. One last thing. I don't even need to oh wait, no wait, it's tea time. I forgot it's tea time. Excuse me, I need to see. Wow, I needed to see that. All right, now, everybody, prepare your very best tea time emotes. Get ready. Here it comes. There it is. Hey, Galabeth, how you doing? All right, looking like this might be a 3540. We're about to find out.
Can you believe a letter at this hour? Must be important. I'll be turning in now. Tea's all gone, so you might think about going to bed as well.
And there she is. I am running this on the Switch. I suspect that it's not the fastest console. I expect PS4 Pro with an SSD is probably faster. I had a good run at HGDQ. Thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We said we thought that the Mist block turned out pretty well, all things considered. So we're pretty stoked with the community response and how well it turned out, and really excited with how much money it raised. So we're very happy that the community. You had no idea I was on it and lost. Saw me on the list. Yeah. I'm thankful for Obra Dinn for getting me in the door to speedrunning, but I definitely have added other things to my repertoire since then. And yeah, I was. Oh, sorry, 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 Galabep. Oh man, I apparently never turned that off. Nightbot smacking some wrists. Yeah, he's coming down hard. Was chatting in Talison's chat instead of your.